Zoltán Kovács, thank you very much for your time. It's a free-for-all one day, as we've seen. It's shut the next. What is the policy? What will happen at the station tomorrow?
Well, as a matter of fact, we don't really have any other choice than to keep ourselves to the strict rules of the European Union, that is the Dublin and Schengen rules. And what we are facing at the Keleti station, the dramatic pictures coming through the world media, is just one segment, one small section actually of the real problem. We have we have witnessed 156,000 people arriving to Hungary illegally, most of them heading to Western Europe. Of that, most of them going to Germany or to Scandinavian countries. So what you see at the Eastern Station, a couple of thousands of people, is basically reflecting to the situation on the ground. We receive over 3,000 people a day through the green borders coming illegally to Hungary.
So those 2,000, 3,000 people tomorrow won't be boarding a train, even if they've spent their last money on a ticket to get to Germany?
They simply don't have the right to do so. There are strict rules. Hungary's borders with Serbia are not simply the two countries' border, but also a Schengen border, which is again, there's a strict rules applying for movement within the free movement zone.
But you're applying the rule. What will you do with the people there then?
Well, that's a real logistical. I'm sorry to say, and this is obviously in a humanitarian case like this is a sad word to use, logistic. But obviously, this is a major strain on the country's capabilities. Again, we are facing a daily 2,000–3,000 people arriving through the green borders. Most of them would like to go to Western Europe, and obviously the European system, migration and the refugee system collapsing in front of our eyes. There are no protocols in place. Order, discipline should be restored at the borders and obviously at the major cities of Europe to be able to handle the situation. So, it is nobody's interest that it follows in this manner.
I mean, for example, Germany has said it will accept people from Syria. Can't you let through anyone with a Syrian passport or identity?
Well, one major problem is that it is basically impossible to establish identity in a very short notice. Most of these people are using human traffickers all along the route from Turkey or even from Africa, paying lots of money, at times 6,000 to 10,000 euros or US dollars. And obviously they are desperate to reach the destination they were promised. Well, now, the problem is that they use the illegal way all around, that is coming from Turkey. And that basically means that they wouldn't comply with any of the rules that are applying.
This is clearly unsustainable, and it's on your doorstep. Who do you hold responsible for this? How do you think the problem should be solved?
Well, obviously, there's no time to try to find a scapegoat, and that's why we reject that Hungary is being named out or pointed out as a kind of a scapegoat in this whole story. What we are really calling for, basically since April this year, to have a renewed, completely reset European approach to migration and refugee issues. The system that was designed years ago is falling apart. It completely failed because it is not able to handle these numbers which it is facing. And obviously it is the responsibility of the member states at the moment to protect their own borders. So what we are calling out is that all member states would do what we do, step up in a very strict manner to keep these people out of the European borders up until their identity is established, up until it's established whether they are in a real need of asylum.
And so if they are by step up, by step up, what do you mean? You mean build a fence essentially to keep people out?
If that's the only way, as it is the case in Hungary's case, to channel these people to the official border crossing points and prevent the free at will entering the country at your borders, just imagine that happening through the Channel Tunnel, where 2,000 to 3,000 people desperately would like to come to the UK. Obviously, this is impossible. So we believe that what has been pointed out back at the end of June at the European Summit, that so-called hotspots are needed at the entry points in Italy and Greece. They should be set up as soon as possible. If everybody would be doing its homework, that is complying to even to the existing rules, the situation would be completely different.
Zoltán Kovács, thank you very much indeed.